Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a miniature Lego M16, which should end up looking like this. Now, it's not exactly accurate to a real M16, but it's good enough. Okay, so to start, we're going to do the rifle butt, which is just one of these black cylinders, which are really common. And then one of these little clamps. There's these flat ones, and then there's ones where the clamp part is twisted up 90 degrees, so be sure to get the one that's flat. And if you don't have a black one, you can just color it in Sharpie. Okay, so to do this, it's really easy. All you have to do is take the cylinder like this and connect the peg of the cylinder into the back end of the clamp, and it should look like this. Okay. Next, we're going to do the trigger and the trigger handle, which looks like this. So to make this, all you need is one of these little one-space circular pegs. One sec. Okay. One of these megaphones, these megaphone shaped things, I don't know what they're called. If you don't have one in black, just color it in Sharpie. And then one of these, which is sort of like a connector tube, which I'm sure you've seen a lot of, but it's only about half the size. And at the end, there's a little peg, so you can actually connect it into the back of other pegs. And these are sort of uncommon, but you can get them with a lot of newer sets. And they don't usually come in black, so I just colored this one in Sharpie. So this is also really easy. Just take the megaphone thingy, put the black circular peg on the peg end of the megaphone, and then slide up this half connector tube about halfway up the handle of the megaphone, because if you slide it up all the way, it won't be even with the clip, which we're going to be building later. Okay. Then after that, you just take the trigger and the trigger handle and connect the butt to it like this. Okay. Next, we are going to build the center of the gun and the clip. So to do this, you need a black cylinder, 3 of these sort of flat 2-space bricks, and then one of these 1-space bricks that have an opening in the back and a peg in the front. And then after that, you're going to need this, which is similar to the piece I just showed you, except it has 2 pegs on the sides. And these are also sort of uncommon. They come in Star Wars sets, and I don't think they come in black, so I just also colored this in Sharpie. Okay, now we're going to assemble it. So first, what you want to do is take the 2 1-space bricks and connect them like this, so that the bottom one is the brick that has the 2 pegs sticking out, and the top one is the one that has a peg in the front and the opening in the back. So after that, you connect the cylinder to the open end of the top 1-space brick like this. You take one of these flat 2-space bricks. Connect it like that. And then after that, you connect the other two 2-space flat bricks to the pegs of the 1-space brick on the bottom, so it should end up looking like this. And put them at sort of a slant to give it a more realistic look. Okay, so that's sort of the center of the gun. Now what we're going to do is take the open end of the megaphone and connect it to the peg of the top brick 1-space thing that sort of has the peg and the opening in the back, and it should look like this. Then finally, we're going to do the barrel, which looks like this. It's sort of challenging to find some of the pieces though, so I'll get to that in a minute. The first piece, these are really common, just a connector peg. These come in tons of Lego sets, you shouldn't really have trouble finding one. Next, what I did here is I took one of these sort of dented tubes and I put another sort of half connector inside of it, which I colored in Sharpie because it was originally gray. And both of these are fairly uncommon. I would try and get these sort of dented tubes in some Technic sets. They come in some Lego sets, so I guess just try your luck. So what I did was I put the long end of this half connector tube inside the dented tube, so the little peg is sticking out. And then finally what we have here is this little thing I like to call a T-joint. These come in Star Wars sets, and they are not black, so you also have to color these in Sharpie. Assembling it is really easy. You just put the connector tube in the opposite end of the dented tube, and then you put the T-joint in the peg side of the half tube that's inside the dented tube. And if you'll notice, if you're actually building this, it's sort of going to wiggle around a little when you put it in there, so I just put in a little glue on the inside of the little half connector and a little on the outside of the side of the T-joint that's going into the tube. Okay, so after that, this is the last step. You just take the barrel and connect it to the open side of the cylinder that's sticking out like that. And there is your Lego M16. Thanks for watching.